Hey guys, welcome back. In this video I'm going to be making an acoustic speaker for a cell phone. I started out with the idea that I wanted the sound to travel around the cell phone and out through the top. So after thinking and drawing a few sketches up, I decided to use a pattern bit and a template and to do both sides of a 2x4, and then I would glue it together. And you could kind of see the template here, and then I just screwed the 2x4 to the template and cut it out. And you could see how both of the halves come together here. And then just checking to see if it fits. I'm gluing it together now, and then after it dries I'm going to cut out the notch in the center to reveal the opening where you could put your cell phone in. I used 2x4s mainly because I just had some scrap laying around, but I didn't want that in my final project, so I'm gluing on thin pieces of birch plywood just because it looks a little bit nicer. While that all dried, I cut out some strips of skateboard wood, and here I'm just sanding off the finish so I could glue it all together. Once it's in the clamps and after it dries, I could cut off some thin veneer strips on the table saw, and that I'm just going to glue on to the body of the speaker for accent pieces. And here's what my elbow looks like as I sand the plywood flush. There was a little bit of blowout from the router bit, and you could see the hole it left here. I just covered it up with another thin piece of plywood. I could have used my bandsaw to cut this notch out, but I wanted a really clean cut, so I'm just taking multiple passes with my table saw. And it worked, it just took a little bit longer. And you could see the notch I cut reveals the opening for the spot where you put your cell phone. Since I used a router bit that was a 1/2 inch thick, and my phone is thinner than a 1/2 inch, it slides into the opening a little too far, so I'm putting in a thin piece of wood just to hold it in place a little bit better. After all the skateboard wood dried, I'm just taking a shallow pass with a chamfer bit to knock off all the sharp edges. After sanding up to 220, I put 2 coats of Danish oil on it. And at first I put it on heavy, let it soak in, and then I rub it in with a towel. In the description. So I used a fine grit belt on my belt sander because there was a big warp in the knife. Then I used the water stone to flatten it further. After that I worked on the edge that does all the cutting, and I just did the bevel by hand. Then I went ahead and cleaned up some of the rest of the parts. You can't really tell from that clip because I was just using my old YouTube video, but when playing music or something, the sound actually does get pretty loud. And I'm actually really happy with the results, and I love how it came out. I love the whole look of it. If you like this one, guys, give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.